I almost forgot how lovely this truck looks without the camper top on it. This is a 1968 Datsun 520 pickup truck. And I am your host, the one and only infamous Kentucky Yankee without a doubt. We have been restoring this unit. We nearly have the engine completely rebuilt. Today I'm going to tear down the transmission and carburetor, but before we do that, let's take a closer look at this thing. So far, so good. The bed appears to be very solid for the age of this rig. We've got a little something going on here, but I believe we can fix that. Starboard side. When I said solid, I did mean inside and outside of the bed. I'm not finding any holes, only surface rust. Even our little access panel here is intact and in good shape. This gives you access to the top of the fuel tank, to the sending unit, and hoses. Now for a peek inside. An absolute masterpiece as it sits right now. The original door panel still intact. The headliner has seen better days. The original cheap vinyl Datsun seat. Steering column not original. Looks like it's off a newer model. Showing 16,565 on what would appear to be the original cluster. I'm thinking heaters were optional on these trucks, but guess what we have right there. Here's a quick view of the engine bay. Old mohair seat, but why is this fabric right here on this side, this is the driver's side, and not here over the mohair? The floor has rotted out twice. First metal, then wood. Whoever owned this truck certainly had bad taste in music. Celine Dion. Passenger side floorboard. Egads, driver's side floorboard. Is anybody interested in seeing the underbelly of this jalopy? I know I am. Door bottom's not looking too good. Same on both sides. Without any inspection whatsoever, I can assure you the front end is completely and totally worn out. Frame would appear to be nothing but solid. So that's a plus. A view from the rear, frame really is good, just a lot of surface rust, but it's solid. Clearly we have a lot to do. I'm gonna run to town, get a tetanus shot, and when I get back, we'll get to work. If you are new to my channel or just need to get caught up on these videos, I have made it easy for you. Each video in the beginning of the title has a number, and that's the order the videos are in for your convenience. We have got to get this engine running, so I need to rebuild this carburetor. This is, or should be, the original carburetor. I don't want to get an aftermarket carburetor. I'd rather stick with the original one and rebuild it if we can. But first, I need to do an inspection on it. Let's check our solenoid. Oh, it seems to work well. One more time for fun because that was cool. Woo. Let's see if it'll hold it. There it is, it's holding it. You may be asking yourself, what is this solenoid for? I am asking the same question. My guess is it's a fast idle mechanism of some kind. It is in fact a high idle solenoid, and this right here is what would activate it. This is a temperature switch of some kind, and when it gets hot, it'll probably release the plunger. When it's cold, it'll keep it open for more air and fuel mixture. Let's top her off here with a little more chem dip. I can't find any reason this carburetor cannot be rebuilt, so I'll order a kit. With the engine rebuild nearly complete, we're going to need a way to propel this Datsun 520 forward and backwards. This transmission may or may not do the trick. We need to crack her open and see what it looks like. Might as well get this crunchy bearing and fork assembly out of the way. Cool manual transmission because most of them do not have this plate on the bottom where you can see inside there the gears and stuff. I'm going to take it off. Automatics do, manuals normally never do. I wiggled the plate a little bit and it slid off, but I did not look in there. Let's look at it together. Man, that looks good. Very good. There's a lot of water in there still, but nothing appears to be rusted at all. I'm guessing what happened is that these gears are high enough that the water was here and below down that pan a little bit and never did get onto the gears. There's not any evidence of any serious rust pitting or anything. Let's go a little deeper anyways. Just as I suspected, this was necessary. The seal is hard as a rock. Let's get this tail shaft off. Before I can gain access to this last bolt, I need to remove these two sensors. I'm assuming one is maybe a neutral safety switch and the other one reverse. Not sure. Before we move on, let's check the switches. And that one works. And that one works. Last bolt. The transmission would like this clip removed before we go any further. So I will accommodate, and this pin. Now let's see what it does. It did as expected, it came off. A view inside the housing, my friends, and a view of the transmission side. Two concerns I see already. This lock washer has been smashed twice. So I doubt that was done at the factory. My other concern is this gear. It has chewed up spots here. 1, 2, like 3 or 4 teeth. They should not look like that. They should be nice and smooth. Pretty sure this is our reverse assembly. I suppose we can find out for sure. Let's get these two gears together. I will turn it clockwise. And our shaft is turning counterclockwise. That should be reverse. Take her out of reverse. Now pick a gear, any gear. Clockwise. And it's turning clockwise. So this seems okay though, even though it's got damage on it. I don't believe it'll affect it at all. Alright, we're just gonna go all the way. Let's tear this whole transmission apart. At this point, there's no doubt somebody has tampered with this transmission. That nut has been damaged with a chisel. I was setting things up to show you guys taking this nut off, but it wasn't that tight. It just popped loose real easy, so you missed it. There she goes. These shift rods have been in the way the whole dang time. I'm gonna have to get these things out of the way. We'll get the reverse one out first. Behind this bolt will be a spring and a little ball bearing. It's a detent. See, that released it. And there's our spring. And I noticed it has another one right here, which is a little bit odd. Let's get this out of here. Get our other detent out. So in between these two rods are these little pieces. Certainly not a design I am familiar with, but interesting. Bottom shift fork, top shift fork. Now our bearing and cover should come right off. The counter shaft has a rod going all the way through it. I'm going to push it through and we'll take it out. So this is the shaft right here I pulled out in the front of the bell housing area. Now we will remove this gear right here. Sorry guys, can't do it on film. I need to get in front of this thing, but I'll show you taking the gear off. Hold on. As promised, here we go. Gear and shaft. Oh, removal. Let's just see if this gear cluster will come out. This is supposed to be up here. The pieces fell out of there. We still need you right there, so I'm going to see if I can maybe pry it out. Well, this is certainly a new one to me. Let me show you. So the way this last piece came out, this is like part of the housing, and it's separated though, and that's how it came out. I just tapped it out this direction. I don't have any book or anything on this transmission, so we're winging it, and we got it apart. We're at a good checkpoint. Have the whole thing pretty much disassembled except for one thing. It would be my honor if you would allow me to disassemble this gear cluster. I will give you the quick version. First piece, obviously easy enough. Bearings. Now the bearing can be pressed out of here if I need to. I gotta inspect it first. Snap ring. Oh, okay, I didn't mean to do that, but it's okay. These are gonna fall out right here. There's 3 of them. I forget what they call this. Synchronizer. Not sure. Well, the front's tight and the back's loose, so we'll just take this back part off, I guess. There we go. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm not going no further. This right here is very smooth and nice. So is this. I think these have to be pulled off with a puller or a press, and there is just simply no point to do that, I don't think. Everything's looking good so far. That's it. What am I going to be doing the next few days? Cleaning up all these parts so we can reassemble all this junk and get this jalopy on the road hopefully soon. Thanks for watching, guys.